LinkedIn, I keep going back to SEO, again, because I know SEO. I know how you can rank high on page 1 of Google, which most social media people won't tell you or because they don't know, but it's a great way to be on page 1 of Google. These are all different ways you can bring your site yourself on page 1 of search engines that are absolutely free. It's not costing you anything because LinkedIn is free too, if done right. It's great for higher rankings. You can post updates now, something like Facebook. Getting recommendations, a lot of people tell me, we don't get any recommendations. How come you have so many? Easy. You recommend others first. People who are connected with you, you recommend them. When they get a recommendation, LinkedIn automatically asks, would you like to return the favor? A big percentage of people would recommend you back because LinkedIn keeps bothering them. Would you like to recommend them? Would you like to recommend them? And if they don't, now it becomes easy for you to ask because you've already done your job. So, would you mind recommending me? Absolutely, why not? Because you already did it. So that's a great way to do it. You can form groups, which is great because let's say if you have 100,000, 10,000 people in your group, you can send updates to everyone with one click. You don't have to send 10,000 emails. You don't have to send 10,000 or 1,000 emails. Just one. Write an email about an event, about an offer, whatever it is, and send it to your group. So if you have 1,000 people in your group, in your city, guess what? 1,000 people just found out about your upcoming event. Just like that. And obviously, we know that people on LinkedIn have more money than people on Twitter and Facebook. So most likely, if you have a group, you would be able to get a lot of clients, leads, customers out of it. And now you can run paid ads, something like Facebook, not that targeted, but you can run paid ads on LinkedIn. Again, if you know your market, you can target those people via LinkedIn also. Because again, LinkedIn being the only platform that has median income of more than any other platform. So that's why some people like to be on LinkedIn. And of course, you can connect with people who otherwise it would be hard to connect with. But if you connect with them through LinkedIn, it's easier to get to them without their gatekeeper. So that's a big help. Now I'm going to talk about blogging here, and that's because the kind of industry you are in, the stature, you want to be an expert. You want to be the go-to guy in your city, in your place. For example, if somebody is looking for anything to do with social media in Milwaukee, I would love them to give me a call first, or at least get to me. And that can happen through blogging. Every company needs to have a blog. Every CEO needs to have a blog. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Even, I think Bill Gates said recently, every entrepreneur needs to have a blog because that's where people connect with you now. Not your website, your blog. If you even see these flyers that you got in my name, it's got the name of my blog, not my website. SonnyUser.com is my blog. It's not my website because I would like everybody to connect with me there. So it's very important to have a blog. 77% of internet users are reading blogs today. That's a huge market if you don't have a blog. I mean, imagine how many hundreds and thousands of people you're missing. 25% of bloggers have income of 100,000 or more. So connecting with other bloggers can be beneficial to you in many ways. Again, JVs, leads, partnerships, or maybe they'll become your clients because they have the money. 58% are better known in their industry due to their blog. So 58% CEOs, business owners are known better for that reason. And that's huge. People who blog, 15% of them get paid to speak just because they have a blog, because they are perceived as the expert in their industry. Again, they make good money, let's put it that way. 70% of them talk about brands, bloggers. So you better get there and talk about your own brand yourself, because otherwise somebody else will talk about your brand. You will have no control over that. They may say good things, they may not say good things. You don't know. But to take it in your hand, your company, your business, your brand, You need to get out there and blog. And now 22% of Fortune 500 companies have a public blog, and it's growing, obviously, for some reason. I mean, that's because that's where they want people to connect with them. So please, if you don't have a blog or start blogging. It's a great way of branding. It increases your network. You can have real-time discussions on your blog. People, you would have seen threads. People would come and say something. You go below that and answer them. They may have another question. You go back, answer them. It's interaction. And there's, again, hundreds and thousands of people are watching. It's low cost, again, these are all the benefits of having a blog. Biggest benefit, search engine optimization. Google loves blogs. Everything that I do, I rank #1 in Google for that. And you can too, if you have a blog. Twitter expert Milwaukee, social media expert Milwaukee, Facebook, anything. I rank #1 because of my blog. So imagine if you were ranking #1 in dentures, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, or anything, or any such thing, always #1 on Google, again and again and again and again in your city. That would be huge. Because if you rank #1, the benefit of that is 42% of people that go on search engines click on the first result. 42%. That's incredible. That's huge. And it's free. To be there, it's free. You just have to build your blog right. So very important for business owners. And, of course, on your blog, if you go high in search engines, or when you go high in search engines, you get a ton of traffic, lots of traffic that helps you grow not only your personal brand, your business brand, or anything else you want to talk about. You may have more than just one business. You, as an entrepreneur, I'm not just a social media guy. I'm not just a perfume guy. I do other things, and I talk about them through our blog. So that's a great way. These are some of the plugins that I won't get in detail with. It's for your blog designer. So when you have the presentation, you can make sure, because these will help you rank high in search engines. Most people don't know that, but I do. So please give it to your designer, or if you have a blog, or even your website. If they don't have these things, make them add it, because it'll rank you high in search engines. Again, it's helping your business grow on internet. Monetizing your blog. Now my thing is, since you already have a blog, and you're using it to enhance your services, business, getting your name out there, there's ways you can actually make money from your blog, which is more money in your pocket with banners, affiliate ads. I can go on, but these are the main ways you can actually monetize a blog. We do that all the time. So it's extra income. You didn't start a blog to make money. You started a blog because you want to improve, you get more traffic, more leads, more customers. You want to be on page 1 of Google. You want to get those phone calls. You didn't start your blog for that reason. But if you want, now that you have it, you can make money from it. And like we said, bloggers make over $100,000 a year, 50% of them. So this is what they do. Banners, affiliate ads, Google AdSense, which is a great way to make money. You can rent ad space, sell your ebooks, and grow your list. The biggest thing about blog is to grow your list. Getting on page 1 of Google is so important now, or any search engine for that matter. It has higher ROI, higher return on investment, because people trust those sites more that rank organically on search engines. Not the ones that pay. Because anybody can pay and be on page 1. Only sites that are credible are on page 1. That's what people think. So again, that's important. Crush your competition. Obviously, you're always #1. You're always #1. The person who's #2, #3, #4 is not going to get same kind of visitors. Okay, this is huge. More credibility. One of the guys here, he actually, I'll give you the same example of the guy who has a roofing business and is now doing Facebook ads. In construction industry, he was getting offers, or he was asking to come to people's homes and bid on projects that were about $10,000. He does kitchen remodeling. He does roofing and other things. So he would go to these people and do bids for $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. We launched his new website. He ranks #1 now under commercial roofing Milwaukee, residential roofing Milwaukee. He's always #1 in his keywords. Now, the perceived value is that he's being called by bigger companies, and he's bidding on projects that are above $50,000. He recently got partnered with ShoreWest, and they will be sending their clients to him. Again, it's only because he ranks #1 in Google. It's a perceived thing that if Google thinks this guy's #1 or this company's #1, he must be good. He must be really #1 because Google says #1. And of course, he can use it anywhere he wants. He can put it in his emails, newsletters. I'm the #1 guy in Milwaukee. Why would you go with somebody else? Who says you're #1? Google says I'm #1. That helps. So that's a big benefit of for an industry like yours. I mean, it's not for everybody, but on service-based industries. Top Google result receives 42.3% of all results. I mean, that's huge. It's not half, but almost there. Most people are clicking on only the first result and buying the product or service. Then it goes down to, I think, 11%, goes down to 2%, and even lower than that. Okay. In your industry, I don't know if this would work, but in e-commerce, this is huge. 8.9% of conversions on the websites that rank high in search engines. Will that be same for you? I don't know. But it'll be better than ranking #2, #3, #4. But just, again, that's because of credibility. So it helps. You obviously have higher conversions. And this whole thing means more money in your pocket. You're getting more visitors. You're getting higher bids. You're getting maybe more JV opportunities. More people are looking for, more people are finding you, and so forth. Also, the other benefit of being on page 1 is you get media attention for some reason. I mean, we get calls from reporters because we rank high, because if they're looking for something happened about Twitter and they want to find an expert who could comment on it, they'll find me and call me. That helps. I've been featured in a lot of big sites for that reason. So that helps. If you are #1, it's not just getting more people who are interested in your product or service, but you'll start getting calls from out of nowhere. People will start calling you about different things. That'll help your business in ways you can't even imagine. So how do we get to page 1 of Google? I mean, a lot of people ask me that. And again, it's mathematics. These are the things that if you do, will definitely get you on page 1 of Google. Because they're tried and tested. You need to have the meta tags of your site corrected and checked by an SEO guy. 99% of the web designers or people who design websites don't know anything about Google or SEO or meta tags. They'll give you a great looking site, but it will not work. And you always wonder, I invested so much money into this site, how come I don't get any calls? You promised me this or you promised me that. That's because it doesn't rank on search engines on page 1. People don't even know the site exists unless you tell them. So have those checked by someone who knows SEO in your city. Add your company to Google Places. These are the little balloons that you see when you do a search on anything. If you would do a search on Google under dentures Milwaukee, do press releases with your keywords in them. Search engines love press releases. They are not that hard to do. So if you have, and they could be about anything. Your upcoming event, a new person that joined your team, maybe you moved, maybe a new telephone number. A press release can be anything. But search engines pick them up and put them on higher pages, on higher rankings. So that's a great way to be on page 1. Add your companies in local directories. Go to industry-specific directories. They rank even better. How do we find that? If you go to Google, and if you Google dentists plus directories with the plus sign, they'll show you the directories of your industry. So you go and put your profile, your company's profile in those directories. And the magic word here is keywords. Please enter those keywords in your profile. You know, dentures or whatever you want to add, because that's how it'll show up on page 1 of Google. Article marketing is great, which means anything that you do, you can write articles on it with keywords, not more than 2%, and put them out on article directories. They rank high on search engines also. Google loves them. So that's another way of getting people to your website, because they'll read about something that you wrote. They'll read it, click on the link, land on your website, and give you a call. Most article directories are free. So what it costs you is zero, except your time. Maybe you can have a staff member write an article once a week if they don't have too much time about anything. Anything that goes on in your business, any keyword, any product, any service. Write an article about it, throw it out on ezinearticles.com. That's the #1 directory, ezinearticles.com. It gets picked up by news channels. It gets picked up by other directories. You won't even know. I mean, the thing would be showing up in Australia. You have no idea how it went there. Okay. The way Google works is the more backlinks you have, the higher your site goes. But then there are sites that have that are called authority sites. It ranks, your site will rank higher if it can get backlink from those sites, such as .edu, .org sites. They'll help you rank high. It's considered that 500 backlinks from normal websites is equal to 1 backlink from .org site. So if you can do that, do that. You know, you may have kids in the family who are members of .edu sites. If they're in college or something, they can help you with that. They can put backlinks from .edu sites, which will help you rank higher in search engines. It's a great way, and actually it works really fast. I've tested it. Put a backlink on one of those sites in your keyword, and your site goes up in a matter of days, like sometimes even less than 7 days. So that's a great way to be on page 1. Book marketing sites. Greg, will I be able to contact people here, or if I send you something, would you forward them for me, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I have a list of bookmarking sites. My guess is there's about 50 of them. It'll save you a lot of time not going and looking around which ones those are. I'll send an email to Greg and he'll forward it to you, the list of the bookmarking sites. And even, you know, some of the other things that I've shown here, like I have a list of 100 local directories. I'll send you a list of those too. So, you know, you don't have to go out and look for those. Domain name strategy works great. If you don't have a website yet, or if you're thinking of starting a new blog or a website, if you have the keyword in the domain name, it ranks higher. There's still a lot of people who will say that it's not true anymore. Google has changed things because it shows Amazon #1 in pretty much everything now, but that's not true. If my site is called grandperfumes.com, the word perfumes in it helped me rank high. So if you can somehow have that, you know, if you're going to start a new website or a new blog, if you can have your main keyword in your domain name, that'll help you rank high faster. And even at times where it's not even related to the keyword, but it'll still rank high. So if you can do that, please do that. I actually have a workshop coming up, but I don't know if, are you from Milwaukee area? No, okay. So what I do is, you know, I teach these things in my workshop, or I can do that for in your office to your staff member through Skype, or I can come there and do it. But I give my system that I've created, you know, and everything that I share all my resources, so you can actually have your staff go there and get this done for way less, maybe like $2 an hour. Obviously, those people are outside U.S., but they are trained to do that. And these are all the things that you get in my workshop, but since you're from out of town, I can do them for you, or for your staff member, rather. And then I'll also send Greg a link to my recent webinar that I did with the Better Business Bureau on Twitter. It's 3 hours, like 3 1-hour. You just have to have your staff look at it, right? And they'll know pretty much most of it, how it's done. I'll send a thing on blogging and my PowerPoint presentation. And everything I do, if I charge you, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's my contact information. I know it was like too much. But the reason I showed it to you is so you know that it needs to be done. You don't have to do all of it. You can only start with Twitter, forget Facebook. You can do with Facebook. The reason I showed it to you is because I know you all have employees, you have staff members, and a lot of time they don't have much to do. They can do this for you, as long as you know that it needs to be done and how to do it. So nobody is kind of trying to take advantage of you. I mean, you can tell them now, no, I know that's not the way to do it. You do it, but this is the way it's done.